understanding the Stimulus Recovery Adaptation Curve. What is it, and how will learning about it improve my performance as an athlete? The Stimulus Recovery Adaptation Curve, also known as SRA curve, is a graphic representation of our body's response to training. The y-axis is our performance, and the x-axis is time. The SRA curve can be broken into three sections. The stimulus portion of the curve refers to the time during and shortly after your workout. As you work out, you fatigue your body, and your performance decreases over time. Next, you enter the recovery phase. During this portion, your body recovers to its baseline performance as you eat, sleep, and rest. Finally, you enter the adaptation phase. During this section of the curve, your body adapts to the demands you've placed on it. You've become better able to handle the stimulus you've encountered. A well-designed program strings together multiple SRA curves. Making a lot of tiny improvements leads to a drastic change over time. Once you have recovered and adapted from your previous training session, you have increased your baseline performance. This means you can increase the demands of the stimulus on your next session. This might look like adding 5 pounds to your push-ups each session, or adding 1 extra rep of pull-ups per set each time you train, or even adding 1 more degree of lean on your planche leans. Not everyone progresses in such a linear way. Sometimes you encounter plateaus, sometimes you even regress. But as long as your overall trend is progress over time, you're doing something right with your training. If you want to optimize your performance results, you need to analyze your workout program and your recovery and find out where improvements could be made. Ways to improve the results from your workout include, but are not limited to: change the number of sets, change the number of reps, choose different exercises, choose different progressions, change the tempo of your reps, add rep pauses and isometrics, change your rest time in between sets, and change your training split. Analyzing your training stimulus alone isn't enough if you want to maximize your results. You also need to look at your recovery. Ways to improve the results from your recovery include, but are not limited to: improve your sleep schedule and sleep quality, get a morning and evening routine, reduce day-to-day unnecessary stress, use saunas, ice baths, steam rooms, and cold showers, improve your nutrition, meditate, stretch, do mobility work, and use foam rollers and massages. If you analyze your training stimulus and recovery, and you thoroughly look for potential improvements and alterations, you can dramatically increase your performance and the speed and amplitude of your progress. If the stimulus and recovery are optimized, the adaptation will follow suit. Working out and recovery are interlinked. Factors from either section can be interchanged. Your stimulus, recovery, and adaptation are all connected. You can't focus on one without acknowledging the others, because they all affect each other. There are different SRA curves for different processes in the body. Skills/technique, cardio, muscle growth, and tendons/ligaments/joints all have their own SRA curve. The skills and technique curve is the shortest as far as adaptation time goes. Take a skill like the handstand. Once you develop the basic strength and endurance to hold it against the wall, the limiting factor becomes your ability to balance. Your ability to balance is a skill. You can reasonably recover and adapt from training freestanding handstands 5 to 6 days a week. As long as the skill isn't strength-based in nature, the recovery and adaptation time will be minimal. This is because if your tissues or nervous system aren't fatigued, they don't have much they need to recover from. The next shortest curve is cardio. The time it takes to recover and adapt from cardio is 12 to 24 hours. So you can train a tiny bit of cardio 5 to 6 days a week and see improvements in between each session. The next SRA curve is muscles. Muscles usually take about 48 to 72 hours to recover from training. That means that training each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week is ideal for a hypertrophy-focused program. The muscle SRA curve can be divided even more. Different muscle groups have different SRA durations. Large muscle groups like the back, hamstring, and quads take longer to recover. Smaller muscle groups like the side delts, biceps, and triceps take less time to recover, and medium-sized muscle groups like the chest are somewhere in the middle. That is why in powerlifting, you should only do heavy deadlifts 1 time per week, while benching 2 to 3 times per week. But you can do bicep curls and tricep extensions 3 to 4 times per week. The last and longest SRA curve is your tendons, ligaments, and joints. Tendon strength and durability is required for advanced moves like the planche and iron cross. An intense strength workout can fatigue your tendons and ligaments to the point where it takes over a week for them to fully recover. Calisthenics injuries often come from people developing the muscular strength to attempt a movement without developing the tendon and ligament integrity. The tendons, joints, and ligaments take longer to grow, and they take longer to become durable when compared to muscle growth. Given this knowledge, how do I create my own workout program? You start with large-scale, bigger picture ideas, and then you define the small details. Let's say an athlete wants to focus on advanced calisthenics moves and hypertrophy. He could train the planche push-up and the one-arm pull-up once a week, but he could train his upper body for muscle growth 2 to 3 times per week. So let's say on Monday, he does assisted one-arm pull-ups and tuck planche push-ups. He does low-volume, high-intensity work close to his 1-rep max. He then takes a few days rest, and on Thursday, he trains for hypertrophy by doing bodyweight push-ups and bodyweight pull-ups with higher volume and lower intensity. These exercises are further from his 1-rep max. By doing a hypertrophy workout on Thursday, he's not over-fatiguing his tendons, but he is training his muscles when they are ready for more stimulus. He also chooses to do 10 minutes of jump rope and 10 minutes of freestanding handstand work, Monday through Friday. By training this way, he is training his skills, cardio, muscle growth, and tendons in a manner that respects the differences in time duration of each SRA curve.